Thank you for coming back. Nice to see you all. I hope you're having a good time. Today I went to our pub to have a look at it. It's still there. Yay! We were trying to decide whether to open on Saturday, and we decided it's a ridiculous idea. What a stupid idea to open pubs for the first time in 3 months on a Saturday evening. And Boris has said, I completely trust the British public to be sensible. As if they're going to be. They're not going to be. They come to our pub and spoil it. So we're staying closed for a little bit. We're going to open in a couple of weeks when all the drinking and the stupidity has stopped. So for now, we'll keep doing Comedy Virgins online, and then we'll open the pub in a couple of weeks. We won't be able to do comedy there yet because apparently you're not allowed. You can go into a pub and drink loads and vomit and throw up and fight, but you can't have a few sensible comedians telling jokes. Apparently that'd be dangerous, so we're going to do it here. Let's have a look at the comedians who are going to be entertaining you tonight. Give us a wave, guys. Let's see them, Shirley.
They are.
Where are they? Are they waving? That's the people that are going to be looking at them. I love these guys. These guys are going to be entertaining you tonight. If you're watching on YouTube, we need your help. We need your support as ever. We don't have any clapping and cheering and shouting. We're all sitting on our own in our bedrooms. So we need you to type some comments, send some love, send some thumbs up, send some emojis. Let us know if you're enjoying it. Don't let us know if you're not enjoying it, because we don't give a flying. We're doing this because we want it. If you're not enjoying it, who cares? Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please, let's start the clapping, start the shouting, start the cheering, start the whooping. Comedians, clap until your hands are burning. Please, welcome to our stage, the fabulous, the amazing, it's Thomasin!
Thank you so much, guys. It's great to be here.
Pen mic, yay!
Thank you. There's so many people I would like to thank for being here. I'd like to thank my Wi-Fi. So I had my friend point something out to me the other day. They said, Thomasin, you've got a bit of a type when it comes to dating. You like a foreigner. And it's very true. Like the most recent relationships I've had, it's been Danish, Italian, and Scottish. That counts. But I don't know what it is that's so attractive to me about, a guy who I can't understand what he's saying. But there's something about and there's something exotic about like the language barrier. The Danish guy, du skal farvel. Oh, hello there, Mr. Viking. Or the Italian, or the Scottish guy, shit, you're going to break my stone, you wee bastard. Oh! What I like to call my current boyfriend is from Glasgow. And he's a man of extremes. He really is. He's a classical pianist, the sensitive artist. And, in many ways that's true. Like he's played me piano concertos that have brought me to tears, but he also put gravy in the soda stream. He's a wonderful gardener. He creates the most beautiful gardens, brings these flowers up to bloom, roses, lupins, the lot. But I also once saw him break open a chocolate Easter egg with his face. Not to be funny, but because his head was closer to the egg all the way down there. Hey, that's me. Thank you so much.
Yes, Thomasin! Oh, comedians, give her a round of applause if you're watching on YouTube. Let us know what you think. Send us some comments. Send us some love. Type it down. That's all you're going to do. Just type it down. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to welcome to the stage the next act. We're going to do it through the medium of clapping, cheering, shouting, and whooping. If you're at home watching on YouTube, join in. Don't lose the ability to clap. You've had 3.5 months where you've only been able to clap on a Thursday for the NHS, and they've stopped that now. So you're doing no training for live performances. So instead, I tell you what, pass it on worldwide. As we're not clapping for the NHS, people will lose the ability. Get everybody to Comedy Virgins twice a week, the whole world to practice. How about that? So, ladies and gentlemen, at home, wherever you are, and the comedians, start the clapping, start the cheering, start the shouting. Please welcome to the stage, fabulous Mr. Dave C. Grandma!
Dave T. Dave T. Dave T.
Evening. Have you ever been ill? I was, but luckily we live near an hospital. Great place to live, near an hospital, really. It's handy for when you want to go to hospital. Our hospital had a little area out the back where kids could play with the amputations. Anyway, I had mumps, where the cheeks swell up to a huge size. Well, the doctor actually told me I had partial mumps, or mump. Just my left cheek swelled, and I was told that I need plenty of bed rest and lots of fluid. Bed rest and fluid. And that's how I ended up getting my head kicked in. Before we lived near the hospital, I tell you, we had some real problems when anyone became ill. Because I'm no scientist or professor or all like that. So when my youngest came home with an eye problem, I really struggled to perform the adequate surgery. It's never been the same since. Because of the noise. Anyway, back to the story. Mum. Doctor said I needed bed rest and fluids. Before the bed rest, I went to get the fluid. And it was in the pub that I saw this bunch of blokes talking to a bloody musketeer. It wasn't D'Artagnan or any one of the others. It was one of them, but it wasn't D'Artagnan. And I walked in. I just kept myself to myself, pretended he wasn't there, ordered my drinks, but accidentally knocked his drink over. He was really angry because I spilt his beer, and because the beer had dampened all of his gunpowder for his musket. He became quite shirty. So what else could I do? I shouted, "Fucking hell!" Pardon the French, but it's the only language they understand. So, first on the chin, and then on my mump. Now, I bet you'll think that this is one of those stories about how getting hit in the face by a musketeer made a mump swap sides, don't you? Well, it isn't. It just made it hurt more. But luckily, later that day, my daughter threw a leg at him and knocked him off his moped. But how did she know that the musketeer had beaten her father up? Good guesswork.
Dave Prattle, ladies and gentlemen! Give a round of applause if you're watching on YouTube! The message is sending some One of the things I love about Comedy Virgins online is that it's getting people involved that wouldn't have been involved in comedy before. And I really like the fact that Dave's managing to do that from his prison cell. If you have a look behind him, he's got all his it's really nice that we'll get the prison community involved in comedy.
Who the hell are you?
You're right there.
Who is it? Get out of my fireplace.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. Give it a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, it's a bit of an odd evening time. We've got Jo Ogden. Jo Ogden's going to do some of her spoken word. The problem is she's lost the microphone. The microphone doesn't work. So
can you hear me?
Oh. She's going back. She's going back.
It's a miracle.
We've got audio.
It's a shame. It's a shame
my
because
phone.
what we were going to do. Shut the up. We were going to get Jo to mime it, and Gemma was going to voice it. We were going to be completely inclusive. But if we've actually got your back, Jo, have you give us a 1, 2, 3?
1, 2, 3.
Yay! Gentlemen, live and not voiced by Gemma Beagley. Please, big round of applause for the fabulous Jo Ogden!
Thank you. As lockdown is getting relaxed, we are looking forward in Cornwall to all the people visiting coming back. And this was a poem that I wrote last summer about a major feature of our summers in Cornwall. It's called Roof Rack Box. Here you come, trundling along with a roof rack box. You can't go wrong. The boot's already huge on your SUV, but your roof rack box kicks your footwells free. Load up that roof rack box and from Newquay you can head. A holiday without one would be like butter without bread. What have you got up there? What secrets does it hold? What adventures will you go on? What stories to be told? Have you got your tents and pegs for your camping trip? Or all your beers and wines around the fire you can sip? A box of toys and games to entertain the kids? Your pots and pans for cooking, and don't forget the lids. Welly boots and rain mats because the weather is a bitch. Emergency supplies in case you drive into a ditch. Maybe you're a reader and it's full of books to read, or full of treats and snacks, all those hungry mouths to feed. The windbreak and the deck chairs for a day upon the beach, or maybe you're a clean freak and it's full of cloths and bleach. Just a wooden leg and eye patch, because it's a pirate's life for thee, and a glistening chest of treasure from the bottom of the sea. Did you commit a crime and it's body parts you've got, but just until you found the perfect burial spot? Maybe you are kinky and your whips and chains are there in your roof rack box with your leather underwear. Oh, roof rack box, you are a mystery, it seems. Not just a box of stuff, but full of hopes and dreams.
A round of applause, comedians. If you're watching on YouTube, send me a message. Send us some love. Let us know what you think. Come on, join in. It's our passion experience. Quickly, I just want Gemma. Shirley, can we go to Gemma? Yeah, okay. Gemma, I'm feeling a bit bad. You're not on the show tonight. We only got you on so you could do the voice of you said you could do the voice of Joe, and then we didn't need you to do the voice of Joe. So I'm feeling, you know.
It's kind of you kind of make a habit of that, don't you, Dave? Like inviting me to do stuff. I just end up just hanging around drinking tea, but you know, I'm having a lovely time. Thank you so much. I'm having a lovely time.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Gemma Beagley here to do absolutely nothing. It'll call back to a competition we did last year. Gemma was there to host in the front room while I hosted in the venue, but the technology wouldn't work, so she was just in the front room. Which is where she is now, once again, in the front room. Gemma Beagley in the front room! Time for some comedy. Let's get the next act up. Come on, if you're at home on YouTube or if you're in our audience of comedians, start the clapping, start the cheering, start the whooping. Faces your positive man. Let's welcome to the stage the grand operatic, melodramatic, very extravaganza of a man. It's Mr. Matt Duggan! Where are you? That's him, Ma.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here. So I know what you're thinking straight away. Why do comedians always know what I'm thinking? This is one of those things where I'm really missing currently being on stage. Like all the other people here, I'm obviously a whore for attention. And one of the things that I really enjoy is that walk to the stage and then that moment where you turn and face the audience. So I love walking to the stage and thinking, oh, I hope they're lovely. And they're looking at me going, oh, I hope he's not shit. Reserve your judgment on that one. And I love it when you turn to face the audience. And as a comedian, there's something that happens which people who just watch comedy don't necessarily know about. There's a bit where you turn to face the audience and you look out and the applause sort of dies down. And as the comedian on stage, you're looking out and you see the audience go from being a lovely, warm, supportive, applauding group of people to essentially forming into one angry mass of Danny Dyer. I'll explain how this works. We're going to do this again. By the way, any budding comedians, this is how you get 2 sets of applause in one go. Right, here we go. So I'm going to redo this again. I'm going to get you all to clap and cheer again. I'm going to do the intro as if I was Dave. It won't be as good, obviously, but I'll do the intro again. And I'm just going to show you what you as an audience look like to us as comedians. Okay, so it's an acting masterclass. You're going to love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go, all together. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Matt Duggan.
Hey! Woo!
Go on then, Baldy. Make me laugh. That's what we all have to face, ladies and gentlemen. And what I'm saying is it's nice that we've all got your support tonight. So I've been Matt Duggan. Thank you so much. Have a nice night.
I know, Matt.
Yes,
I
mate.
noticed that in the background you've got. Is it your twin brother? I can't really tell. Just got two and white. Yeah, look, two of them. But guess what? Earlier today, I was chatting with a mate, and I realised that my thumb could actually host. Ladies and gentlemen, please, welcome to the stage, the fabulous Mr. Brendan O'Donoghue.
You're yes. Listen, yeah. I hope you're enjoying the weather, all right? Because this is a present from Ireland. This is Irish summer weather, and I was going to flash me back to when I used to be on the beach in West Cork in Ireland trying to swim. And people go, "Hey, go in there, go in for a dip. Go in for a dip there. It'll be lovely, lovely." Fucking freezing, man. Freezing. I've noticed now when you go to beaches, everybody's wearing rubber suits. You know, they learned the lesson back in the 70s, man. You know, it wasn't like that. But I used to go snorkeling on the beach there, and I'd snorkel up and down the beach, you know, and it's very interesting because when you're, did you ever happen like, you know, you never get white sharks in Ireland, but that didn't matter because when you're dangling in 10 feet of water, all you can hear is the Jaws music, you know. You're surrounded by shark fins all of a sudden, and you haven't touched drugs, so, you know what I mean. But the thing is that I remember what I used to do is to put all my gear in a black bag. Yeah, it was a bin bag, pure class, and I put all my gear in the bag, and off I'd go snorkeling. So off I got the bin bag one day. Off I went to the beach. I opened it up, and I discovered I hadn't taken my gear. I'd actually taken the bin. It doesn't look good, like Juicy Lucy going. Hey man, that's a little story from my snorkeling beach body Baywatch era. Okay, thanks very much.
From the little bit of Brendan O'Donoghue, if you're watching on YouTube, send me some messages, send me some love, send me some applause. Hey, I don't know if any of you got kids. Me and Shirley have got quite a lot of them, and some of them have gone back to school. And one of our lads went back to school this week for one day. He goes 1 day a week. And I wasn't in the house when he got back from school. And I said to Shirley, how did it go? Did he have a nice time? What did he say? And Shirley, what did you say?
I said, yeah, he had a nice time.
And
It was a bit weird.
yeah, you said he had a nice time. It was a bit weird. And then I said, is that really what he said? And Shirley said,
well, I asked him if he had a nice time, and he said yes. And then I asked him if it was a bit weird, and he said yes. But he's a teenager, so you have to like help.
He doesn't.
You have to help
You
him
could have said to him, what was it full of footballers? And he'd have said yes. You could have asked him anything. You just asked him the two questions you wanted to know. And him being a teenager, he said yes.
I just thought it'd be fine, but a bit weird, so I just helped him.
Controlling mother.
Yeah, now you put it like that, yeah.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my wife. Give her a round of applause. We've got two more acts for you. We're having a good time. We're enjoying ourselves. Hope you are on YouTube. If you are, let us know. If you're not, don't let us know. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, clapping, cheering, shouting, whooping, and some please welcome Mr. Josh.
Oh, is that me? That's me.
Yeah.
Hello. So I'm depressed, right? But I'm also addicted to coffee, which means that I'm awake all the time. But I just really don't want to be. I've been thinking this week, right, like about things I've been missing, and I miss those coffee shops. You know those coffee shops where the baristas all look the same, right? You know, like with the artsy glasses, right? You know, the rugged beard, and they're always wearing something that weirdly mocks the working class, like dungarees. And those coffee shops, right? They're always full of like super chilled out hipsters, you know, and they're always wearing those woolen hats that don't quite cover their ears. Like if the cap doesn't fit. Don't wear it. And then we're saying stuff like, right, I'm high on life. No, mate, by the look of you, that is definitely MDMA. And what's the other thing I say? It's do something that scares you every day. And I do. I exist. It's absolutely terrifying. They're the kind of people that don't regret waking up. That was too dark of an end for a 1 minute gig. That was tense. I'll leave it at that.
Comedy, I apologise. Josh, bringing us down. Give a round of applause. Give him a clap. Give him a cheer. Give him a shout. If he's leaving, you're feeling a bit depressed, have a look at his dungarees. That'll give you a giggle. There he is, Josh Chiddick. Time for the last act, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the stage with clapping. Start them.
Yes.
With clapping. With cheering. With whooping. Some more noise. Comedians. Louder. A little bit more. A little bit faster. Let's welcome the fabulous Helen Jenkins. Come on, Helen.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is one good thing that I can say about 2020 is that it's given me great perspective about 2016. God, give me the period when we voted in absolute morons into power instead of actually living with them being in power. Because the actual status of this government is a level of ineptitude that is bordering on the imbecilic. Like Dave said earlier at the very start of the show, Boris wants to have faith in the common sense of the general public. They're all shitting and pooping in they're all shitting in parks and not cleaning up after themselves. I mean, I have as much faith in them as I do in my dog to not piss on the carpet because he's not been toilet trained yet. And also, Boris, they voted for you. They obviously have no common sense. They voted in a person with a blonde bleached mop who says he's as fit as a butcher's dog. My God, let's feed the dog to the butcher because it would serve a greater purpose than what he's doing at the moment. I mean, at the very beginning of this year, we had forest fires. We had an impeachment. Oh my God, didn't the hope just die when that impeachment was done through, by the way? I mean, I thought that was going to be the real low point, but then no. COVID-19 came along and somehow we've decided there's an app for that, the coronavirus, and unfortunately it's an app that literally doesn't work. I thought we had also reached a point of capitalism when Lloyd's TSB was offering to help me with my mental health. Like, if I go to Lloyd's TSB and I'm like, my credit rating isn't great, but I really need some money. Can I have a loan, please? They're not going to be like, how's your mental health, darling? Because we need to assess that before we completely reject you because you're very much in the red. Instead, we've got Money Supermarket saying, like, you may not have anything to do, but have you thought about trying to save money with us? Because we're a massive corporation and we just want to take you all for more. Like Josh, this is not the happiest of sets, but I mean, if we can't laugh at the general situation of everything, we really have nothing else to go on. Although I do wish that whoever has downloaded this Sims game package would please stop downloading the Apocalypse add-ons because I just can't handle it anymore. And whoever is controlling my sim, can you please get me a job because I'm panicking. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, have an absolutely fantastic evening. I love you all very much. Please wear a mask when you go out and have fun on the 4th if you actually do go to a pub, but please tip your waiters and servers. They deserve every £20. Come on.
That was fun! Give us some applause, send us some messages, give us some thumbs up. I think the Johnny, can I get Gemma back up on screen again? Like on the there's a lot going on at the moment with people having to apologise for things they've done in the past, whether that's comedians and blackface and misogynist attitudes, and there's a lot of apologies. And I feel that there's an apology that me and Shirley need to make, and Gemma, we need you there. So you might remember before the lockdown, you came round to our house with your son.
Oh God.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't know if you know, but me and Shirley feel we have an apology to make. I don't know if you remember what happened. With our dog.
With the dog, yeah. What happened?
Yeah. So we got this dog, and he's quite. Look at Shirley's face.
Oh,
Can you see Shirley's face?
No, they can't.
Oh no.
No.
Can they see you, Shirley?
No.
We can.
Can you see
Yeah,
Shirley's
yeah.
face?
Yes.
Shirley cringes at this every time. We got this dog, and he's quite excitable and quite licky. And he jumped up at Gemma's little boy, right? And we're all just laughing as he licked at him, and he licked him, and he licked him. And then there was a point where he was holding Gemma's son down.
Oh, pinned him down.
Our puppy, didn't he? Our puppy pinned Gemma's son down and was actually licking inside his mouth.
Oh, God.
Wow.
And
Clean it up quick enough. We should have been quicker.
this is what's killing Shirley. She keeps saying, "Why didn't we stop it quicker?"
I mean, I'm just to be. I mean, are you? Is this an apology, or is this you pointing out that I clearly wasn't watching my son either, being molested by your dog? Now, I expect a full written apology by your dog on social media. Not directly. If you do it through social media rather than directly to the person that yeah, that would be great.
It was like
He will do that, but he's in counselling at the moment.
yeah.
He only licked your son because as a puppy he'd been licked by his mum.
Sure.
Yeah.
Shirley, is that enough of a public apology, Brad?
Still feel terribly awkward. But yeah.
So sorry if you're watching on YouTube. This has been a long time coming. Shirley spent most of the lockdown feeling as embarrassed as you can see her face now. Every time I mention what our dog did to Gemma's son, seems Gemma doesn't even remember it. But never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've had a good evening. If you have, we've had a crowdfunder to raise money for the pub. It's great. We're paying our rent. We still need to earn a bit of a living. If you've been watching this on YouTube, if you like what we do, the same as when you come and see it live, please pop some money in our virtual bucket. Give us a little bit, maybe to at least pay for the dog's counselling. Shirley's going to put the thing up at the end. Donate a little bit of money if you've been watching. If you like what we do, please do so. Just pop that money in. We can look after the dog. I can buy a new hat. We can save Shirley's embarrassment. She's obviously going to leave me talking because I've embarrassed her about the dog. But I don't really mind because I love talking. I love having an audience. In fact, I don't really need an audience. I can just hear clapping and cheering in my head wherever I go. So I will always just keep talking and performing and doing this. Clapping and cheering and shouting, going,
Hey.
Yay!
Shirley! Seriously, have you been thinking about that?
Oh God, it's awful! It's